DocuSign really came to be because the process of getting a piece of paper through a workflow, processed, collecting data, and signed is not a traditionally easy process to navigate in the paper world. So really what DocuSign has done is taken a problem which would have ordinarily been handled with fax machines, with printed copies, with overnight express mail, with lost paper sitting on front desks and going to the wrong person, with the delays that go with that, and which ultimately resulted in not getting your agreement signed, not getting your paper processed in the reasonable amount of time, and ultimately not having business progress at the pace at which it should and can. DocuSign is solving this problem by making that workflow and that processing accurate, immediate, reliable, fast, and secure.
Hi, I'm Dave Messenger, the community architect at Apereo, and I work with CloudSpokes. CloudSpokes is the neutral cross-cloud developer community that hooks up enterprises with aspiring and existing cloud-based developers. So we're real excited to be part of the hackathon. What CloudSpokes is bringing is a platform to help run the hackathon. So we have a profiling system, a contest system, and a judging system. So contestants here will participate in the hackathon, upload their submissions, and judges from around the country will actually be downloading their submissions and providing feedback through a scorecard system. So we're real excited that DocuSign's been able to bring in such a great group of judges from around the U.S. to get involved in this event.
We don't have any plans, just build something interesting and win the contest. We're building a C# application and an Android application, and we're using it to present a new workflow, what you can do with DocuSign. The reason why is that we came up with the idea, and we think it's interesting to see how far we can push DocuSign as just a new way to present to the consumer and as well as the enterprise customers.
My app is mainly healthcare applications, and what we try to do is we try to making the system secure by passing the document from the doctor to the patient, so that they get the feeling of all the information they give out to the doctor is going to be secure.
Our app that we're working on here is called Quick IOU, and it's a mobile app to allow somebody to send somebody an IOU that's signed. And so it's very simple, where you just put in a number, $20. You pick an email address from your contact list, and then you hit send, and presuming you already signed up, it'll automatically take your DocuSign signature and send an email with a document of an IOU with the amount, from whom, and a signature. And there's another signature line that'll be available on that doc, that once you pay it back, they can sign that IOU and send that back to you that has been paid. So it's a very simple app, and it allows us to learn more about the API, exercise of the DocuSign APIs, and I think it's more of a whimsical app. I don't know if it's something that's, I don't know if a lot of people will use it or not, but it's kind of fun to do, and should showcase DocuSign well.
The purpose of our application is to build the brand of the piercing company. Basically what it's going to do is to build brand awareness. Number one, to give some more insight about to the customers on how to treat newly pierced ears, as far as aftercare and which solutions they have to use, and jewelry as well afterwards. So mainly that's the purpose of our application. Hackathon is going to allow us to gain some more knowledge about how to implement digital signatures into the forms which we need for our applications. Mainly for the application we're working right now, we're going to implement digital signature into the release forms, meaning that if parent is not present with a child who wants to get his ears pierced at the mall or any other piercing shop, is going to have an ability to digitally sign the release form and then send it over to the kid, who's going to have either iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android device. And with the digitally signed form, the kid is going to be able to prove to the piercer that their parents agree on them piercing the ears.
I'm from the company called Factual, and we're also helping organizing this hackathon with DocuSign. So friends at DocuSign gave us the opportunity to talk a little bit to you about what we do, and I think that it can be quite relevant. So Factual is a data company. The Factual's mission is to provide to the developers, to you, to hackers all around the world, access to high quality and low cost data. So we're big believers in open data, and we want to create the open data ecosystem that doesn't exist currently right now.
Well, we're still at the hackathon. It's about a day and a half into a coding marathon. I think we had about 10 people stay here. A lot of these guys just found a corner, and a lot of them came prepared with a sleeping bag. 35 hours of coding. People are still hard at work. I saw some fantastic apps, just really out of this world stuff.
I'm here with Mike Leach, and Mike tweeted something earlier that we found quite interesting. Mike, why don't you tell us why you're here and what you're doing?
Well, I work at Facebook, and specifically in the business applications team. So the workflows and the processes that an app like DocuSign enables is really valuable to not only Facebook as a company, but our customers as well.
And so, are you willing to share a little bit about what you're building?
What was accomplished today is basically a Facebook page with an app called Social Sign. And it's the ability to sign contracts right within Facebook and integrated with Salesforce so you can manage the contracts on the back end.
We're looking at a lot more than signatures here, and I think you guys need to keep that in mind. I mean, the face value, simplest transaction DocuSign can do is take a piece of paper and get it to a party to be signed, possibly to another party to be signed, and then back to the originating person. But it can do an awful lot more. You know, you don't need a signature. Honestly, this is about data. And the real problem that you guys are attacking here is the one that starts with somebody entering data, putting it on paper, having it become a form, then coming back to somebody, being re-entered, and then getting stuck somewhere in terms of being rekeyed, and ultimately slowing down transactions, causing errors, losing track of what's going on, rekeying, you know, all the issues that go in the analog world. What DocuSign can do for you is eliminate all of that.
Well, this was my first hackathon. I didn't even know what a hackathon was. So I was just curious to see, you know, and then we had a great idea. We wanted to try and, you know, enter, and that's what brought me here, yeah.
I think overall the experience has been pretty good. Very nice helping people out here, and that's given us a lot of help. You know, food, the environment is good. And I think we came here to, you know, design something that we would be proud of, and I definitely think that we achieved that by working out this. We did a C# application and also an Android application.
This is my third or fourth hackathon, and so I'm almost an addict now because I'm the first one I would never have guessed. Oh, you were the first one.
Yeah, I won't.
I met him at the first hackathon at Google that I went to, and I never would have guessed that I'd be at a hackathon because I thought it was just for hackers and programmers who are breaking into computers and that kind of thing. So I'm really impressed that I'm a designer, and it's almost like a little, what do you call it, business school. You have your own project, you're working together as a team, and I love it. It's fun.
I just came from Google I/O, and over there they were explaining like this new technology called C2DM, and it's basically like cloud to device. And with DocuSign, it's basically now with the C2DM plus DocuSign, right now I can instantly sign anything anywhere.